let's settle after lunch. Let's just go in for a short meditation, short period of silence. And I've had a lot of talks with people over the past hour or two, and what I'm receiving is that what you're receiving here is really moving you. There's something taking place in this spot, in this expression, that's moving. I know I'm very moved, and just great feedback. So let's just take, maybe 5-10 minutes inside, and what we're doing is just contacting that I am. Not I am this or that, but I am. And at the same time, feeling that the I am has been moved towards as a result of what we've done here. Just kind of recapitulate everything you've gotten and your gratitude for it. My gratitude too. Okay? So let's start with the word Om together. Taking the breathe in and Om. One more time.
That was nice. Maybe one more.
So as we sit in silence, and recognize ourselves as the am of I am. Just honor all of the opportunities we've shared this weekend to expand into the I am. All of the wonderful opportunities we've had to taste love as global love that's always in you and everywhere. You can't walk away from love because you are that. And all of the opportunities to expand into global awareness, global being, not being that just is owned or held within your body and mind, but the being that holds your body, your mind, and everything that could ever arise in there. So many blessings and opportunities to drop into that and realize that in this weekend. Just spend a few minutes honoring yourself for getting here and for allowing yourself to be in this expansive space and everything you've experienced in this space.
The being needs nothing. Nothing. It's already completely complete. So when we think we need something, and often when we're not aware of ourselves as being, we think we do something, right? I need a house, I need some food, I need this and that. What needs food? The body needs food, not being. The body needs water, not being. Being has no need of food or water. It doesn't need anything. It's complete. And when you simply ask I am. You'll experience that. Cut everything off, just I am. And you find out yourself. It's not hard. We were talking today about the idea that it's difficult to experience this. It's hard to experience our true nature of being. But it really isn't. That's just a thought. That's just a thought. There's nothing more easier than that. But our thought says it's hard. Maybe someday. Maybe, in a week or the next book or the next retreat or something like that, I'll get it. When all the time we're being, saying that. There was never any need to do anything to be. We've always been being. It's just letting go of that, the illusory thought that says, it's hard, I'm not free. I will be free if I do this or that. But we're totally free saying that. We're always free. We're free before we were born. Free during the time, free after the body goes. Nothing has changed to being. Being doesn't change. It doesn't evolve. It doesn't grow. Where would it grow to? It's already everything. It has nowhere to grow to. No need to grow. So it's interesting to ask yourself, what do I need? Because the mind will say something. I need this. I need that. I need just a little more of this. A little something like that. Whatever it is. But that's not true. When we read spiritual books, it's nice to read them as energy, as the energy that we feel. So we're not so caught up in the words. We just feel, that feels really good. I read that. Oh, something feels really good. And resonates, right? Something resonates. And that resonate is a feeling like, oh my God, I always knew that.
Kind of like right now, except like you're the book.
Yeah.
Reading.
Yeah. I always knew that.
Reading.
I always knew that.
Itself.
And did you always know it?
Oh,
You absolutely did.
Yeah.
So that feeling of resonance, I always knew that, is truth. Who wrote that, right? Did Ramana write or did you?
We all did. Who's here?
You did. You wrote it. Because it's you. It's resonating in you. And it's a great gift to have a book that does that. Some writing where you can feel it. Oh my God, that's me.
The Zen of
always
Love,
knew that.
everybody.
Yeah.
It's such a good book.
Yeah.
That's how I felt every single word, every single page. I read that to so many people, like just out loud, and then everyone who I read it to just loved it so much.
My book?
Where the break?
Well, the break is easy.
Maybe it's like
The break has a name. It's called I.
I.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What do I need to do to make the last step? You're asking from I. But that I isn't
I-
for
No, I
break.
didn't say what do I need to do. I'm asking why it just doesn't happen when you're
to who?
okay.
Why it doesn't happen to who?
To this particular individualized consciousness that would
Do you think it
meld
happened?
with the whole what?
Do you think it happened to this individual consciousness or this one?
Yeah?
No, you're wrong.
It
It
is-
couldn't happen to
Yeah.
that. It couldn't happen to that.
No, it cannot.
This cannot go where you're asking to go. This cannot go where you're asking to go.
And then let's actually take a moment for that, from what she said.
Yeah.
It's just now. So there's no questions about when, how, or if, or any of those things. Just now. Now we are awake.
The M doesn't live in time. So if you're asking when will it happen to me or what happened to you, you've missed the point. There's nothing's going to happen. And
Yeah.
believe me, nothing happened
That's
here.
the funny thing.
I swear, if you could see this through the eyes that I'm seeing it right now, you would see that you all came to talk to yourselves.
I know.
Well, that's-
We are not here.
I know.
Literally, there is no
And neither is
Teja.
anyone
That's the
here.
funny thing.
There's no.
I know.
There's nothing
Talk-
happening up here. This is all happening within your
I know.
dream,
As
telling
best
you
as we
you
are
can
anything,
wake
it's
up
just a
whenever you're
mirror.
ready. That's all it is. That's all it is. Those of you who are coming up and saying thank you
How
so
about we
much,
all
it's
go
like
sit up there?
thanks for what?
Let's all go sit up there now.
And we'll sit
all
there.
of us together.
And we'll sit
yeah.
It's the same thing.
Yeah.
Yeah,
it's-
yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
But as long as you
It is.
hear the
Yeah.
words that say, how did it happen to you? Or when will it happen to me?
Yeah.
Or how come it happens to somebody? Even the word happen right
It
there, you
doesn't.
can guarantee you're trying to reach it with your mind. And that's why I said to you, mind can't go here. And at the same time, anything can be a mantra. The best mantra is laughter. I lived in an ashram for a while where the guru said, I don't allow any mantras here except for laughter. Right?
Was that Teja Anand?
No, there was another one. I was
No.
all over the place.
Yeah.
And about, I don't know, 30 years ago, 40, I came up with a mantra in English. And it worked for me. It just really works. So maybe it'll work for you. And what it was I was sitting there feeling whatever I was feeling, disconnected, not awake yet, not something didn't happen yet, whatever. I was feeling life was tough. I was feeling I had to get up tomorrow morning and go to work. I was feeling all those things. And then there's this peace. And I went, what was that? And I went, oh, that's right. This is all taking place against the screen. It's all taking place against a backdrop. And that backdrop, that substratum, is in a state of absolute peace. And then there's this peace. Oh, I have to go to work tomorrow. And then there's this peace. Oh, I stubbed my toe. And then there's this peace. Everywhere I turned my head, all I could see was peace. And from the next 10 years, that was the mantra. And then there's this peace.
What was it again in there?
And then there's this peace.
Jesus.
That's a really
It's, in other words, whatever's going on in the mind, in the body, in the dream, in being awake and not being awake, this doesn't care. And there's this peace. It can't go away. I tried to make that piece go away. This piece I can make go away in a minute. You can too, right? All you got to do is drop your wallet or, lose your lover or something like that. And you'll this, but even then, oh my God, my lover left me. I have no lover anymore. And then there's this
Still this
peace.
peace.
Oh my God, it never moves. It's always there. This peace, this shanti. So I just invite you, whatever you say, especially when you say something that's bothersome or something you think isn't working in your life, just follow it with, and then there's this peace, right?
Left and rights, yeah. And then there's this piece.
So I like anagrams. I like taking long things and making them into small things. So for me, I always talked about the erroneous identity and then the identityless awareness. And so that became the EI
Love those.
and the IA. That's right. The
Yeah.
EI is the erroneous identity, the mistaken identity that we all have. And the IA is awareness, which has no identity, the identityless awareness. And the other day, I was just telling this to Chaitanya last night. The other day, I was just sitting around and the EI came to me again, the erroneous identity. What can I say about that? Now, some of you, especially if you're from the West, have heard an old children's song. And the children's song is Old MacDonald Had a Farm, right?
E-I-E-I-O.
Old MacDonald had a farm. E-I-E-I-O. Look at that.
Oh,
There
Now I won't forget.
And for those of you who have never heard that song,
E-I-E-I-O.
it's about a farmer and it talks about its different creatures and the sounds they make. It's just and on this farm he had a pig, E-I-E-I-O, with an oink oink here and an oink oink there, here an oink, there an oink, everywhere an oink oink. Old MacDonald had a farm, E-I-E-I-O.
Oh.
So I was sitting there,
Oh, yeah.
I was sitting there strumming my guitar,
Oh, I thought I missed it. Oh, McDonald's.
I'm a rock star. Can we make requests?
Let me get this out first. I was sitting there and I went, okay, E-I-E-I-O, E-I, the erroneous identity, because it thinks that it is this form. It's not this form. It has this form, but it's the thing that is perceiving the form. Okay, so instead of Old MacDonald had a farm, Old McTasia had a form. Okay? Old McTasia had a form, E-I-E-I-O. And in this form he imagined a self, E-I-E-I-O. With a me want here, and a that's mine there. Here and I, there and I, everywhere, a why? Old McDonald had a form, E-I-E-I-O. Next. Old McTasia had a form, E-I-E-I-O. And in this form was constant grief, E-I-E-I-O. With a restlessness here, a discontent there. Here a sad, there a bad, never feeling glad, old McTasia. E-I-E-I-O. Old McTasia had a form, E-I-E-I-O. And in this form was never peace, E-I-E-I-O. Just a fleeting bliss here, a fading lust there. Here a fear, there a tear. Damn it, nothing lasts here. Old MacDonald had a form, E-I-E-I-O. Old McTasia had a form, E-I-E-I-O. And whoa, this form kept breaking down, E-I-E-I-O. With a COVID here, and old age there, a feeble mind, aching spine, everyone gets cancer. Old McTasia had a form, E-I-E-I-O. Old McTasia had a form, E-I-E-I-O. And from this form he yearned to liberate, E-I-E-I-O. With a seek here, a prayer there, study this, practice this. God, where's enlightenment?
Had a form.
E-I-E-I-O.
More of our laughs. More of our laughs.
I'm going to stop. You gotta figure what's that, like real. I did.
So at the end of this thing, can you tell us a little bit about who Papaji is? Who Papaji is, a little bit about your experience and who you are. And he said, I am you. And that was it.
That's beautiful.
It is amazing, isn't it?
Yes,
It's
absolute
that's a
truth.
real Zen
Yes.
saying, because it's got so many layers of truth in it. Like one, David Godman would have to turn in to see who he was to know who Papaji was, and immediately would start doing that. It's just in so many ways. It's true and it's perfect. There is nobody else. There's just this. And if you want to know who I am, you have to know who you are.
Who you are.
And that's how you don't have to look at me. You just find out who you are and go, oh, that's Chaitanya. Ah, now I know. Yeah, exactly. Exactly. If you see me as something other, something separate, you can't see me. You're just seeing a projection of your mind. And this is what almost every human does. They make a projection of somebody and they say, that's who it is. It's just what they made up. It's just the story that they made up. They may like it, they may not like it. But it doesn't make any difference to you, because who you really are is not that. The only way anybody can know who you are is to know who they are. It's because it's all the same thing. The way that I am works, actually, it's really quite simple in terms of semantics
Yes,
and all
simple.
that. It's just if you have nothing
It's so
after
simple.
am, I am, and that's what you say, not as a mantra. It's not something you just keep repeating. You feel that I am. You just acknowledge that there is an existence, not body, not alive, not anything like that. Just existence itself. I am. And you're not going to put anything after it, which we often do, right? We put something, I'm happy, I'm sad, I'm confused, I'm working too hard, I don't understand. All those things come after am, right? So we clean that slate and just stop at am. Every time a new thing comes, we just go back to am again. Say, no, clean that slate. I'm happy, no, clean that slate. I'm sad, clean that slate. Back to am again. Until we can really sit in that feeling of being, and then we're curious. Well, what is this being? What is this amness? We're curious. It's good. It's fine to be curious. Just don't come up with an answer. Just don't come up with answers. Keep the open question. I call it an open question. We want the question, but we don't want an answer. The answer is being itself. When we feel being, that's the answer.
Yes.
So we don't want any answer. That's just the mind. We just want I am. We're there. And you'll see that the I cannot hold together without something after am. It just can't. It will just start fading away. And we just watch, okay, fine. And then there's am. We don't really need that anymore.
I feel as though we have represented that well for you.
Yeah.
Maybe I'm not,
No, you did.
but I feel like we've really represented this answer that you're looking for. How do I stay in the flow? How do I this? How do I that? And I feel like we've really given the answers to that, even knowing that the syntax is tough and that it's almost impossible to put this into words. We've done the best that we could. So then I have a question, and it has to do with one word: willingness. And that's not a syntax thing. Are you willing? Now that you've got as much information as your mind is going to be able to hold, because this is never going to be explained by the mind. Then no matter what Chaitanya says to Lakshmi, it's always going to fall short because it's words.
Yeah.
But and you're never going to get there with the mind. That's all there is to it. But listen to your voice when you ask, well, then how do I do this? Or then what do I do in this situation? Or this situation is different from all the ones you gave examples for. This is an especially difficult situation, or whatever. When you hear yourself saying that, what I hear is a lack of willingness. A lack of willingness to just let go. To just try. Remember what we said earlier. This is just presenting a possibility. This isn't presenting the Magna Carta of how to live your life. This is just a possibility. When he says just drop into the I am, and you come back and you say, well, how do I do that? Wait a minute. Are you actually even willing After all we've said and presented, is there even a willingness there to just zip it and go, I'm going to try. I'm How can I stay in the flow? It poses as care, as vigilance, as wanting to maintain clarity. But in truth, it's just the story reasserting itself. The self always wants to make a deal. This is the little self, the ego self. If I do this, I'll stay in peace. Huh? If I chant this mantra for 30 days, I'll get there. If I avoid negative people or negative job situations, I'll stay centered. But what's hiding in that idea? The belief that you can manufacture presence. The awareness is that awareness is something earned. The idea itself is what must be seen through. This is why people burn out on spiritual seeking. Not because seeking is bad, but because it's always based on the belief that you, the seeker, are real. That's the final thread, the idea that someone needs to awaken, needs to stay in the flow, that there's a destination, that thought can somehow bring you there. But it can't. Thought isn't the bridge, it's the loop. And yet, and here's the strange beauty, the loop is also made of God. There's no enemy here. Even the personal mind with all its noise is an expression of this same indivisible wholeness. It doesn't have to be suppressed or fixed. It only needs to be seen clearly as a movement trying to protect a self that was never there to begin with, not the enemy. Just a familiar echo, no longer needed in the same way. I'll just speak for myself, and then Chaitanya can also speak for himself if he likes. Out of battery?
I think it's getting there.
I want to express my gratitude to you all. All of you made this possible. For me, there's so much love in this room and so much presence. And this has been 3 of the most moving days ever in my life. I have easily gotten and learned as much from you as you may think you got from us. It's definitely been being talking to being. There's never been a sense that there's teachers and speakers and then the rest is the students or the retreatants or anything like that. There's always been this. All of us have made this possible. And I only can hope that you guys feel even a tenth of how much my heart is bursting with love right now, and how moved I am by your courage and willingness. I mean, it takes tremendous courage for some of you just to get on a plane and come from very far away and spend a lot of money, but also your courage to stick with this and really just stand at the edge of the cliff or the lily pad and actually jump in with all of us. This is tremendous. So I hope you're as moved as I am. I hope you got as much out of it as I did. I am free. And I am free because I am. And so I know nothing can touch me. Nothing can touch this. Nothing can take that amness away. Not sickness, not a bad day, not loneliness, not a tough job, not depression. Because I am, and nothing can take that. I know you are too. I know nothing can ever steal that from you. So thank you so, so much from the bottom of my heart. Namaste.
Namaste.
Are you waiting for me to say
I
something?
think so.
Namaste, Teja. Namaste, all of you. It's been wonderful. And as Teja said, it's such a gift and such a teaching that all of you have brought to me. And Teja, it's in every moment, every question, every statement. It's all being speaking. And it's speaking in such a lovely way through you. You know, sometimes the way it speaks isn't always as lovely in the world, but it's lovely the way it speaks through you. And I hope you can honor that. I hope you can honor you. The beauty that Teja and I see in you. I hope you can see that too. To really feel that. It's beyond anything that your mind can possibly imagine. So you're not going to identify with it or think it. It is you. And it's beyond magnificent. Vastly beyond magnificent. If you see this, it's impossible not to love it. It's absolutely impossible not to love it. It only loves. It doesn't think. It doesn't need to think. And when you see you, you see everything. Everything. Everything has that same beauty that you are. No matter how the mind sees it. The mind just hides it from us. It cannot see this. But love is such a good way to start because it doesn't take any thoughts to love. We shouldn't let the mind get in the way of love and say, like, I know what I'm loving. I know why this. I know it is. It doesn't know anything about love. And it never will. But our heart does. We do experience love. If we settle into that feeling of love, we know who we are. That love is infinite, eternal, limitless. It doesn't just embrace and hold everything. It is everything. I mean, it's such a gift to bring this to us. This unbelievable, beyond magnificence, beyond words. So my hope is only that you can see yourself as we see you. That's all. That would be the greatest gift that we could receive. Namaste.
Namaste.
Thank you.